Hey guys, it's me, Orangienblue, and God, I hate the internet. Apparently, if you share your opinion online, people hate you. All of a sudden, I started getting these weird messages left and right, saying that nothing I do will ever matter, and how my thumb looks weird. Yeah, that normally happens when I start a conversation about the Wii U.
The Wii U had just launched in 2012 with an underwhelming library and another new Super Mario Bros. Game. And people were already getting tired of the new Super series and were hoping that there would be a new 3D Mario. Well, in E3 of 2013, Super Mario 3D World was announced and it was said to be released later that year. Well, the trailer was shown off and it was underwhelming. It basically just looked like an upscaled 3D land with basic level design. This was not the 3D Mario game people wanted. Nintendo later put out a trailer in October, and this was definitely a better trailer. Better level design, more gameplay, and a bigger emphasis on multiplayer. "3D World" was launched in late November of the same year, and now with the game in the hands of the public, people were able to see how this game was for themselves. Some people hated this game because it was too similar to 2D Mario games, and how it shouldn't even be considered a 3D Mario game. The biggest criticism was that it was too slow and the controllers were clunky. Others enjoyed it and thought it was exactly what the Wii U needed. Take with this as you will. A couple years go by and people start to realize that this was the only 3D Mario game the Wii U was gonna get. And this is when people really started to get upset. It wasn't too long until the Switch was announced, and with that, a new Mario game, Odyssey, was everything everyone wanted. An open world game with new mechanics, good visuals, and loads of new content and replayability. Now that people had the Mario game they've always wanted, people started to look back at 3D World and realized it was the only game they ever needed. Super Mario 3D World, unlike most 3D Mario games, doesn't follow a specific theme. Sunshine had the beach, Galaxy had space, and 3D World has so much going on. Every world is completely random. For example, World 3, which you may think is a snow-themed level, only has one snow level in the entire world. Some people are bothered by this, but for me personally, I don't really mind it. While I do think a more restrictive theme provides more creativity, it is nice that all the levels are different. However, some levels do fall flat. Nintendo went with quantity over quality with this game, and the levels in this game are really short, especially comparing them to other levels in previous games. I think they should have gone the route of longer and fewer levels instead of shorter levels. That way, levels could stand out more. While there definitely are good levels in this game, most of them are forgettable. Visually at least. All these levels look the same, and the names being super generic, it's kind of hard to distinguish all the levels. When looking at any other 3D Mario game, each level is recognizable with setting, theme, music, and platforming. The music in this game is phenomenal. The composers decided to go for a big band style with loads of brass and percussion. There's just so many bangers in this game. Double Cherry Pass, Histocrat, Sunshine Sea Ride, Hands-on Hall, the World 1 theme. I could go on and on because there's so many good songs in here, but there's not enough. Many of these songs were used over and over again. Super Bell Hill is played for every grass stage. On top of that, there was just tons of reused music from previous games, most noticeably the Underground theme, which got old really fast. But hey, let's talk about items. Most of the items you see are returning from 3D Land: Fire Flower, Mushroom, Tanuki Suit, Boomerang Flower, and the Mega Mushroom, which surprisingly had a lot more use in this game than I thought. Then you have the two new items, the Cat Suit and the Double Cherry. The Cat Suit lets you climb up walls and attack enemies by clawing them, and the Double Cherry adds another Mario to play as. You can get up to 5 of these, which can make it pretty hectic. This power-up was really fun, but I wish they would have integrated it more in the game. The only time it's ever used is so you can stand on a platform to access a new room or some kind of secret. I'm gonna be honest, I was not impressed with the first couple levels in this game. Worlds 1 to 4 just end up blending together. That's not to say they weren't good levels, but most of them just felt extremely easy and repetitive. But then you really get in the game, just BAM! New ideas left and right, dash panels, switch panels, cannon boxes, those stupid swingy things, new concepts thrown at you in every direction. When I say I was genuinely surprised by this game, I am not lying. Sometimes I get into a level and just be completely blown away at how the game designers were able to craft such a perfect stage. One of my favorite mechanics is the spotlight. If you touch the spotlight, the alarms go off and all these cannons start firing at you, which makes it chaotic and stealthy. Not to mention, this game gets hard. Like, really hard, especially towards the end. I would say most of the challenge in this game comes from collecting the green stars and in World Star. If you were someone who's already pretty skilled with Mario games, or platforming games in general, I would recommend you take your time with the levels and try to get all the collectibles. Some of these are pretty well hidden, not as well as they were in Galaxy too, but some can be fairly challenging to get. Once you beat the game, you unlock World Star, which holds some of the best levels in the game. I seriously recommend playing past the post-game. These levels make up a third of 3D World's levels and are a true challenge. Once you 100% the game, you unlock the final level, Champion's Road. Now, I haven't gotten to this point yet, but I definitely plan to. This level is said to be the hardest level in all of Mario, even more challenging than the Grandmaster Galaxy and Galaxy 2. Now, all this is just a single play experience. I haven't even mentioned the multiplayer yet. Yeah, that's right. This is the first and only 3D Mario game to have multiplayer. You and up to 3 other people can play this entire game together. The fact that this game is multiplayer increases its value by a long shot. Yeah, the game was fine on its own, but now add competition and co-op, and it becomes far more replayable. There are 4 characters right off the bat. There's Luigi, who can jump the highest, Toad, who can run the fastest but jump the lowest, and then there's Peach, who can hover for a little bit. Oh, and yeah, I guess there's Mario, but do I really need to explain Mario? There's also an unlockable character once you beat the game, Rosalina, who can do a spin attack just like in Mario Galaxy. However, she is the slowest character of the bunch. So what's the multiplayer like in this game? Imagine new Super Mario Bros, but with more space to move around. I do have 2 complaints though. When playing with other people, it can be hard for everyone to keep up with the other players, especially since all the characters move at different speeds. Another complaint is that everyone shares the same lives. I do somewhat understand this, but it ends up being really annoying to have that one person waste everyone's lives. There's so much I've forgotten to mention, like the Captain Toad levels, mystery houses, and a bunch of other stuff. But the one thing I want to emphasize on is the Switch version. This is the version I played on. You see, I may be a sucker for buying 3D World, but at least I didn't buy a Wii U. This version surprisingly has a lot of changes to it. The biggest one is the movement. They changed the way Mario moves to match the controls of Odyssey, and they made it a lot faster, which completely changes the game. Not only that, the Switch version also includes Bowser's Fury, an open-world collectathon like Odyssey, with a free-moving camera and these cat shrines, which are basically just stars and moons from the previous games. They surprisingly added a lot of Sunshine references in this game. Bowser Jr. has his paintbrush, and the collectibles are just like the ones from Sunshine, and it's on an island. The main story of this game is Bowser's big. Oh, and he's black.
What?
Honestly, I don't know why they didn't just save these ideas for Odyssey 2, or a later game. Like, it's cool, but it could have definitely been more fleshed out. Bowser's Fury was definitely a good time, but if you're thinking you're getting a full fleshed out 20-hour game, then you're wrong. This game's only an extra few hours long. A lot of people normally get upset when Nintendo releases a 7-year game for $60, but with 3D World specifically, they added a lot of new stuff to it, and some pretty good quality of life improvements. You'd be stupid not to pick up this game.
Well, I guess some things can get better over time. I've been trying to tell that to my pet fish, but he doesn't really listen to me. It's been 9 years.